The following is a special Wayne Hills Television sports presentation.
Hello and welcome to the Gifford Gymnasium for our first winter sports broadcast, a boys basketball matchup between the Paramus Spartans and your Wayne Hills Patriots. So Paramus had their first game on Tuesday with a loss to Hackensack 63-49, and Hills won their first game last night against crosstown rivals Wayne Valley at Wayne Valley 63-53. From here in the TV room, I am Luca Iannuzzi alongside Noah Sandler and Jake Tallarico. So Noah, we're going to go to you for some more details about that first game against Wayne Valley last night.
Yeah, so this was a very successful game for the Patriots against Wayne Valley. Like you said, they won 63-53. And just some key players to point out from that game were Philip Park with 17 points, Andre Macarenas with 15 points, and Ali Monsroglu with 14 points to lead them to victory. And something else I want to point out is at halftime, Hills was up 33-22. Their lead did get a little bit shorter, but they still were able to come up with the win because of a very strong fourth quarter by Philip Park, who, like I said, he scored 17 points in the whole game and 10 alone in the fourth quarter.
A very good game from him. A returning starter as well as a lot of these players returning from last year. They might not have been starters, but they did get a lot of playtime last year, like Ali Monsroglu now having a starting position in the lineup now this year. So let's take a look at our key players. So my key player for this game is going to be Philip Park, and as you can see the graphic up there, he's a senior this year. Last year played as a junior, had an incredible year, 221 points, 47 twos, 35 threes, just an incredible year. And now this year he's looking really, really good as well, has definitely improved as a player, and is going to be the big, strong driving force that we have for this Wayne Hills Patriot team this year. Noah, who is your key player?
Yeah, my key player for today is Andre Macarenas, who last season, as a sophomore, had 195 points, had 62s and 8 three-pointers. But something that I really want to point out is that alone in yesterday's game, he only had 8 three-pointers all of last year. And yesterday, he hit 4 for his to help towards his 15 points. So that's something that we're really going to look out for because he could really be very powerful for the team hitting all these threes.
Yeah, last year we did see his three-point shot was one of his weaker attributes, but this year in that first game, it's really looking good for him. It looks to see as if he's really improved as well. Also to note that Andre Macarenas this year changed his number from number 12 to number 1 now this year. And it looks like in game number 1, he had a number 1 performance. I mean, just a very great job in that last game, and it really does look like he's going to be a much improved player this season. Now, Jake, who is your key player?
My key player for today's game is James Adamo, the point guard. He's a junior here at Wayne Hills. Last year, he racked up 97 points. I think he's going to have a bigger role this year, as he had 21 free throws, 10 three-pointers, and 2 two-pointers. He was a driving force in the offense, and I can only see him getting bigger and faster on the defense side of the ball. And I just see him having a great game as he did in the first game.
And last year, as a sophomore, he had a great year as well. Played in 24 out of 25 games. Missed one game with a finger injury that I believe he had against West Milford. And that led to a bit of a rough slump for the next upcoming games for him. But this year, as a junior, he's back, and he's looking better than ever, really. And like you said, Jake, he's going to be definitely more important to this Wayne Hills team now. So last year, let's go back to that. Last year for the Patriots was last year for Paramus, they had an 8-16 record on their season. Lost their first game in counties and states. Lost that first game in the states to Wayne Valley, and Wayne Hills as well made it a bit farther than we thought they had, and took an unfortunate loss to Ramapo. But let's just talk a little bit about last year and a couple stats from some players who are returning this year.
Yeah, so as you said, some players who are returning this year. We got Philip Park, who you mentioned, Andre Macarenas, James Adamo played in a decent amount of games. Some other players include Andre Macarenas' brother, Chester, who played in 21 out of the games last year. He had 77 points, and he's a junior this year, so he's definitely another player to look out for.
And now don't go away, as we're going to be heading out to the court, as tip-off is just a couple moments away. And welcome back now to the Gifford Gymnasium, as we see still practicing out there on the court is now Paramus, and Wayne Hills now we see going practicing, warming up, setting up. Always before every game they set up that shot. It's been always a Wayne Hills tradition. So Saturday we have our next broadcast. It's going to be their girls game that was canceled on Tuesday, unfortunately, due to the snow. So that game was postponed. It was going to be our first winter sports broadcast, but that was moved to Saturday, and it will be Wayne Hills versus Wayne Valley for girls basketball.
Yeah, and that game will be at 11 a.m., so that's something to look forward to. Not exactly sure who they're playing, but we'll have that game live for you guys. So something I just want to talk about ahead of this game is Wayne Hills against Paramus' head-to-head matchup. So they've only played each other one time, and that was on January 14th in 2014 when Wayne Hills beat Paramus 76-54. So this is the last time these two teams have played. Obviously, none of the same guys are on the team, so it's kind of a fresh start here for this matchup. So it really should be a good game. We've seen what Hills could do. We saw that Paramus did lose, so we'll see which team comes out the winner here.
I was surprised to see that, because I know Wayne Valley played Paramus last year, but that was only because of the playoffs. But Paramus has also played a bunch of our NJSIAA opponents, so I was surprised to have not seen a Wayne Hills Paramus match as far back as that in 2014.
Yeah, and Wayne Hills is in the Big North Conference, I believe, and I believe Paramus is in the Freedom Conference. So this is an out of division matchup, all within the same conference. So this is going to be a really good game here. We've seen what Hills can do. We've seen Paramus play, but we're going to see a good game here today.
Yeah, I agree. I think both offenses are really good, but I think Hills has the edge on defense, as they held their opponent to only 53 last game, and Paramus struggled, only holding their opponent to 63 points. But I see Wayne Hills' offense taking over this game. They were dominant all last game, as all their star players came through and put up big numbers. I just see a complete game by this Hills team. But Paramus, they came off a bad loss, but I can see them bouncing back very well this week.
Yeah, I mean, it's been a while since both of them have played, other than a couple days ago. The last game before this season that Hills played was back in March 2nd of 2020, when they lost against Ramapo 51-49. So that's the last time, other than the other day against Valley, that Hills has been out on the court. And same thing for Paramus on March 2nd, 2020, when they lost 76-58 against Wayne Valley. So it's been a while since these teams have played, so they're still, this is their second game, so they've gotten those kind of like opening day jitters out, and they're back at home today for a good matchup against Paramus.
And also, they've been going to practices and stuff, so I assume, and also all these kids have pretty much played with each other from last year, so there's definitely some great team chemistry within this Wayne Hills squad this year.
Yeah, there wasn't many seniors on the team last year that Wayne Hills lost, so the team should basically be the same, and they had a lot of young players, a lot of sophomores on the team that played big roles, and now as they move up to becoming juniors, some of them are starters, like James Adamo. He'll take a bigger role in the offense this year. He's the point guard for Wayne Hills. And just players like that, I can see taking bigger roles that were only sophomores last year and taking over for the seniors that graduated.
Yeah, and the starting lineup that we're expecting today is all juniors and seniors. So they've all played together. I mean, there's only one sophomore who might come off the bench, possibly, Emmanuel Dankwa. So we'll see if he comes into the game as we're just awaiting the start here. But this should be a really good game with our starters that we're going to be showing in a few minutes here at Wayne Hills.
You see the final 10 seconds coming down off the practice clock. Then we're going to come off the court, and we'll be back towards around tip-off and when the starting five is announced.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, this is starting in those Patriots. Number 13, James Adamo. Number 20, Landon Caprioni. Number 34, Ali Montrose. Number 1, Andre Macarena. And number 2, Bill Moore. Once again, we'll gain those Patriots. Now, ladies and gentlemen, will you please rise and move back to the playing of our national anthem.
Welcome back now to the Gifford Gymnasium. Now, as starting five came out and anthem was played, let's pull up the starting five graphics. So now the starting five for Wayne Hills, as we saw, we have number 13, James Adamo, number 20, Brandon Caprioni, number 2, Philip Park, number 1, Andre Macarenas, and number 34, Ali Mansuroglu. And the graphic does say Chester is in the lineup, but we do have Andre Macarenas in the starting five for today's game. And tip off goes to Hills. Now Philip Park with the ball to start this game off. Adamo looking for an open pass, and there's Park with it. Back to Adamo as they cross over. Adamo in the back. And making move on, trying to get a long pass over to Brandon Caprioni, but pass a bit too high. It's going to be inbounded by Paramus.
Now here's Paramus for the first time with the ball of the day to start off the game here. I believe there was a foul there on the play. I'm not sure who the foul's on.
It was a bit out of the camera. We couldn't see it there, but again, so broadcasting differences are is because we can't be in the gym. We are looking at this through a monitor on the TV, and so things are a bit different for us this year. And the shot up for 3 is no good, but whistles are blown, and Bills is going to inbound it once again. Down the court with the ball now. Pass to Adamo now to Macarenas. blows the play dead, and now looks like Paramus is going to inbound it.
I'm not quite sure what happened there, but looks like we're going to have Philip Park looking to pass it into Andre Macarenas here.
Getting to the plate somehow, gets some points on the board. And the shot is up, and again, no good.
And it's going to be Paramus ball here. Number 5 for Paramus is going to pass it in.
Still 0-0, 5:23 on the clock. Paramus trying to drive in, has to beat it back out now. It sounded like whistles were blown, and there was yet another foul on the play. And now Hills inbounds it on the opposite side of the court. Andre Macarenas dribbling down with it now. Passing out to the side. Down with it now, Park. Passes to Manfredi. He takes a shot from the free throw line, and it's good for 2 points. First 2 points of the game, and now Hills is up 2-0.
Yeah, as you can see, I mean, this is definitely a different year for these players. There's obviously no fans in there, so we're in our TV room watching the game, and so this is a little bit different because normally there would be a whole student section here in the gym here at Wayne Hills. And so that ball goes out of bounds.
Inbound around half court by Hills. And to Adamo. This side to Park. Park trying to feed it out. Another shot taken. That's by Philip Park, and that one's good for 2 points. Now 4-0 Wayne Hills. Paramus tries to get out now, and then another whistle is blown. That one goes up for 2 points, I believe, or may have been blown dead. And it should be 4-2 now. Donald passes in, shot up, no good for Wayne Hills. Paramus trying to get the ball out now in double coverage. And Wayne Hills able to get it back. And that one falls in. And one for James
He was fouled
Adamo.
there. So now here's Adamo with the shot.
And that shot falls in as well. Room ticker there now 7-2 Wayne Hills. And now another foul there from Paramus.
Here's number 22 Bellinger to pass it in for Paramus.
Mason Bellinger, the center for Paramus. And down to it now, Paramus at half court. You can hear the Wayne Hills bench doing that signature clap. Something that started last year and now is a continuing tradition this year. Going for three is Paramus. It is no good. And Adamo gets it back. And off the rebound, and now Wayne Hills is with it. Park passes over to Macarenas for a deep three. It's no good.
And I'd just like to point out that I just noticed that Luke Crisati is now in the game. Not quite sure who he came out for. And it looks like there's a timeout on the floor.
And the timeout call now is, as you said, Noah, Luke Crisati coming into the game now.
Yeah, Luke Crisati is a junior this year. Last year, he really didn't get too much playing time. He only played in 2 games for a total of 8 points. He hit 1 3, and he got a total of 3 shots up in. So he's definitely a player that he's already in so early in the game here. Do you know who he came out for? Who he came in for?
I'm looking at the monitor now to see. I believe it looks like it might have been Brandon Caprioni.
Yeah, Luke Crisati, someone who did come in on Wednesday against Valley, where he scored 5 points, 1 3, 1 2, and 1 3 and 1 2 in that game. That shot is up and good.
And that shot will be good. Luke Crisati and his twin brother Nate started on the JV squad last year, and the JV squad did have a pretty good year, made it pretty far in their playoffs. An incredible final game at the Park. And that shot from Paramus, no good, but they get it back for a deep 2. That as well is no good. And now Wayne Hills with it. And now there's going to be a foul called against Paramus, it looks like. And that leads to a trip to the line. First shot from Park is up and good, and now we see Ali Mansroglu going out and coming in, number 22, Chester Macarenas. And second shot from Park up and good, so 2 for 2 at the free throw line for his first time there this year. 11-4, Wayne Hills with the lead, a minute 35 left in the first quarter here. Shot goes, offering no good. Paramus able to rebound it. Deep shot taken, it is good for Paramus. Big 3-pointer there, and that increases the lead now only to 4 points, 11-7 Hills. Final minute here, and Macarenas driving was fouled. Substitutions for Paramus, and that's a play we've seen from Hills before, and unfortunately this time it doesn't work out. Tried to go for it again, and that time it does go in. It will be good for 2 points, 13-7. Hills now up by 6. Pass to Vincent Ciani, the sophomore, in now for Paramus. guarded by Chester Macarena. Still can't get a pass off. Finally does now. Paramus trying to get off the shot before this first quarter ends.
The whistle's blown. Looks like a foul is called on Hills.
Non-contact foul there.
Still has the ball, can't get off the shot before they do get off their shot. Actually, I'm sorry for a bunch of missed calls here. Unfortunately, in our headphones there's a bit of a sound delay, and we're seeing everything live on the monitor, but the sound is a little bit delayed in our headphones. But that will be the end of the first quarter. 13-7, Wayne Hills with the lead here. So Wayne Hills coming out pretty strong. What have we seen so far in their performance?
I've seen an overall good performance on the defensive side of the ball. As you've seen, the defense has held the Paramus only 7 points, except for allowing that deep three early. But Phillip Park, he already has 6 points, making his 2 foul shots early into the game. And then Ali Manshkulu, he has 4 points, and James Adamo has 3 points, making his foul shots. And that's going to be a big part of the Wayne Hills game, getting the fouls, driving inside. They have a lot of big players on this roster. So the more they drive in, the more foul shots they'll get. And most foul shots at this level, they basically go in all the time.
Yeah, I mean, it's been a very good quarter. We've seen a lot of offense from both teams. It seems like, I would say 60% of the time, Hills was on offense, taking some shots. They had some nice formations going that we saw, inbounding the ball. So we've seen a lot of good things out of both teams so far. Paramus hit that one really nice three from deep. Do we know who that was by?
I believe it was by number 5, Brandon Phelan, who hit that three for Paramus. And yeah, we see that stack formation once again this year. We've seen that for the past 2, maybe 3 years now.
Yeah.
And there you can see the score. It's 11-8.
It's probably not a good foul underneath, but it looked like they had one of their smaller guys underneath trying to block that shot as Paramus takes the free throw.
Shot number 22, Mason Bellinger, the junior, at the line. This is his first shot. Now it looks like some substitutions for Wayne Hills. It's Luke Crissati coming back into the game, and Graham Capiello going to the bench. Second shot. Also no good, but I believe it was off the hands of Minnesota. No, they're going to call it out on Paramus, and now Chester Macarenas is going to hear him shouting. Now getting off the pass. Passing to Phillip Park. Puts a shot up, and I believe it is going to be a foul called on Paramus here. And Andre Macarenas is going to take a trip to the line. Oh no, it's going to be
just going to be inbound again. Because it was not a shooting foul.
Wayne Hills with their classic stack formation.
And it's successful this time, 13-8 now. Wayne Hill, we saw that play was quintessential inbounds to Nebbia Demi, always acing those stack formation inbound shots. That quick shot. John Conturso did it a couple times last year. And shot up from Paramus, no good. And Luke Casati gets it for Wayne Hills here. Pass to Adamo for three is no good. And Vinceroglu comes up with two, and it looks like it's going to be a foul after the shot.
Must be an inbound, it looks like.
It will be an inbound as the foul was on Wayne Hills and Paramus now. It's an inbound ball.
Wayne Hill's playing press defense. Only 6 minutes in. Or only 6 minutes left in the second quarter.
And the ball goes out of bounds.
Substitution for Paramus. Can't quite see who came in, but Brandon Phelan came out. Paramus taking up the court now. Petrozella. This is it out. 15 shot taken, no good. Now Wayne Hills has it. Casati shot up, no good again, and now Paramus recovers the ball off the rebound there. Driving up now and trying to get off the pass now again. Trying to drive through the paint. See Adamo clearly fighting with the ball. You've seen in last year, really an aggressive player, and he just puts his all and more out on the court every time he's on there. And now he is Wayne Hill's ball now. Guessing another foul was called off the inbound.
Park is down at the other end to pass it in to Macarenas. And that is Andre Macarenas, as I believe both of the twins are out on the court right now.
Their shot taken, no good. And a three-shot taken, that as well is no good, and now Wayne Hills rebounds it. And pinning up the shot is Chester Macarenas. It is no good, but a way to keep it in. Casati. And the shot comes up, and it's going to be a foul.
Are they going to call an offensive foul there?
It looks like it'll be a charging foul.
Really? Wow.
It did seem like that was on the defense, but
No, as long as your feet don't move and you're standing underneath the basket and if you stay still without your feet moving, the foul would be called in the offense. So Wayne Hills took a risk driving in, but Paramus came out with their players being tough and standing in there.
You did see both players did end up on the ground there after that play.
and as you can see, something just to look out for is that Paramus is in the bonus as Hills has 7 fouls, as that 3 is good by Hills.
Chester Macarenas, pretty deep 3 there. Now 16-8. Wayne Hills with the lead. The lead was good for Paramus. Yes, it was good, 16-10. It looks like a bit of a flop there from Paramus. That was number 11, Ben Agatone.
That time Wayne Hills got the call on the charging foul there.
First free throw is good for Andre Macarenas now. Paramus making 2 substitutions. Second free throw shot is no good. But rebounded by Hills. Luke Rosati nearly puts it in, but it bounces off the rim, no good, and Paramus has it once again. lose control of the ball. And Phillip Park charges down the court and puts in for Wayne Hills. And I believe it is that center camera for us that looks a bit delayed. As we heard it right as it went down to that left camera, but the center camera does seem a bit delayed.
And that center camera actually isn't manned by anybody. It's a kind of a robotic camera, so we apologize if it's not always looking at the right side of the court at the right time. But the Hills is up 19-10 here with 3:42 to go in the first half. As we see the players coming back out onto the court.
Inbounded by Paramus. Bellinger shuffles it out for three. And no good, but Paramus nearly able to get it back, but Wayne Hills with it now. Pass out. Ukrasadi tried going for three there. Pulls back on it. Now what he doing? No, he's looking to pass again. Andre Macarenas for three. Off the front rim, no good.
There were a lot of deep shots today, but none of them have really went in except for one for each side. Chester Macarenas had the early three.
Now it's going to be Paramus at the free throw line.
Yeah.
And this will be a 1-and-1 since they're in the bonus here.
Number one, Ben Agatone's first shot. No good, and I guess it's not going to be a 1-1. It's only that one free throw shot. Now Wayne Hills with it. Passing back out. Again, like usual, we can still hear the shouting of Coach Karsich from Wayne Hills from on the sideline. Three shot taken from Luke Crusati. Bit overshot there, and now Paramus with it. Touch kind of three shot there, but again, Paramus looked to pass. Now number 10, Jad Darwich with it. Then shot taken, no good. Rebounded by Wayne Hills. James Adamo now with it. Pass back, Phillip Park. Three is good. Big free throw shot there. Three-point shot there from Phillip Park. 22-10. Wayne Hills with the lead. Minute 52 left in the first half. Trying to put up the shot is Agatone.
As we see that right now Hills has 8 fouls and Paramus has 7. Inbounding the ball now is Paramus with a minute and 45 to go. And the shot is up and good by Paramus to make it 14-22. Oh, it's actually 12, my bad.
Now Adamo looking to pass here. Switches it over to Andre Macarenas. Three from Chester is no good, but going to be a foul called.
That might be another foul shot.
And because they're in the bonus, it's going to be a foul shot. Again, taken from Agatone.
Yes, due to both teams having over 7 fouls. Anytime there is a foul off the ball, there will not, but if there's the foul on the ball, each team will get a shot for a 1-and-1. So now Paramus will get another shot here to have 2 points go up on the board with a minute and 20 left.
Second shot is up and no good. Rebounded by Sadi. And Phillip Park. driving in. Three-point shot from Park, no good. And Paramus rebounding. And Duff, and no good. Foul on Hills, and that's going to be an inbound for Paramus. Now they're going to the free throw line. And now that moves them into the double bonus. Now 10 fouls on Hills. And the first free throw shot is good. And now it will be a substitution.
You'll most likely see press defense from both sides after this as the half winds down.
And second shot no good. Andre Macarinas came out, and it was brother Chester coming in. Karsadi's shot up is no good, but again rebounded by Hills. Chester takes his shot, and it is up and good. 38 seconds left on the clock. Paramus trying to get in one last shot before the half comes to an end. And they lose the ball, and Hills recovers. Hills with a big turnover there, and it looks like there's going to be a travel foul.
That's after a mistake by Paramus, Hills couldn't capitalize and tack on an extra 2 points with only 25 seconds left.
Dishes it out. Shooting for three. It's no good. Falls off from the rim. Rebound there. Still doesn't go in yet. Tries to dish it out for one last three, but that shot is going to be no good. The shot was taken after the zeros hit and the buzzer sounded off. So at the end of the first half is going to be 24-14. Wayne Hills with the lead, and that concludes the first half, and we will be back for the second.
What's the pressure score?
So how long did you sit down for?
And welcome back to the Gifford Gymnasium. Halftime score 24-14. Wayne Hills with the lead here over Paramus. So first off, let's just talk about some stats from the players. Jake, you got some stats.
Yeah, I got some stats on Philip Park. He was their leader this first half. He had 11 points after he drained that 3 towards the end of the first half, and then Andre had 3 points in the first half, and then James Adamo also had 3 points after he had a couple foul shots early in the game, and then Ali Mastrugo, he had 4 points after he had 2 points, and then he had the 2 foul shots. But overall, they've been playing a good offensive game as they're up by 10 points, and the defense is coming through, except for the excessive amount of fouls that they probably need to clean up throughout this game. What about you, Noah?
Yeah, I mean, this has really been a great game by both teams. I mean, we've seen Hills is definitely playing better. They're up by 10. They're getting some more shots up. They're just getting, because the more shots you take, the more that are going to go in. And like I said earlier, it's probably about 60 to 70% Hills on offense here. But, I mean, Paramus has hit a couple of nice shots, too. There's been a lot of fouls, like you said, 17 total. Probably about half of them were shooting fouls. So that's where some of the points came from throughout the game.
And yeah, like you said, fouls have been a bit of a problem for Hills here in this first half. But again, offense is something that's really been strong for them. Philip Park has been showing up a lot. And like you said, he kind of has to be a leader for this team, as he got some play time at Don Bosco his sophomore year, and his junior and senior year here at Hills was a great thing for him to make the transfer here, as he's been getting a lot more play time, and he's improved so much more in last year's season, and now it looks like it as well here in this year's season.
Yeah, I agree.
Tip-off is won by Wayne Hills. Park passing around to Caprioni. Now back to Park, driving in, gives it back to Caprioni. Park takes a 3, and that one is good. It's going to run 27 now for Wayne Hills here.
Yeah, we apologize for all the technical difficulties we're experiencing. Hopefully the second half will be better as we see Paramus taking a shot, and that is no good.
Foul called again on Wayne Hills. Foul called on Adamo.
Yeah, Wayne Hills, they're still taking their deep shots, but they were playing small ball, which got them most of their points by taking the fouls that they were given.
And that was Adamo's second foul of the game. First shot is good.
Second shot is no good. Rebounded in by Wayne Hills. Now Philip Park with it. Toss it over to Casati. Casati, long pass out of range of Philip Park. And just to say now, we did eliminate that third huddle cam, as it wasn't a direct connection. There was a bit of a delay with the camera, so now the stream may look a bit different, as now we only have the 2 cameras, but we will be back to the traditional 3-camera lineup for Saturday's girls game.
I mean, this is new for all of us here. With the COVID pandemic, we're not allowed to be in the gym. Only the players and coaches, so no fans, obviously.
Shot taken by Paramus. Goes off the backboard and in. It is good, and I believe there will be a foul after that as well. Third foul on Caprioni this game. And inbounded now. Paramus back with it once again at half court. It looked like either a foul was called or the whistle was blown.
Once again, another foul on Wayne Hills.
It was just inbounded. Now Paramus with it once again. It's number 10, Jad Darwich. Passing over. On the dribble. That's the key here again. Ball going out of bounds. And now Wayne Hills to inbound it.
Wayne Hills already has 3 fouls with only less than 2 minutes into the second half. A little sloppy there, but I guess all that matters is the score.
Driving is Hills. Hills loses the ball. Paramus now back with it. Paramus driving up, taking the shot. It's no good. Wayne Hills, great defense there after the turnover, being able to chase it down and prevent Paramus from sinking that shot there. Inbounded though, and it is missed. And
Be another foul on Wayne Hills.
yeah, I was gonna say I just saw the official make the call for a foul.
That'll be on, I believe it's number 5, Jared Mintz. No, excuse me, Brandon Caprioni. According to the scoreboard, that's his 5th foul of the game.
First free throw shot taken is no good.
Yeah, even with all these fouls, I mean, it hasn't really affected the game too much because Paramus hasn't been hitting their foul shots.
And second shot as well, no good. Recovered by Wayne Hills. Ali Mansuroglu passes it over to Philip Park on the other side of the court.
Paramus trying to get a steal, trying to press defense.
And layup shot taken there is good. 29-15, Wayne Hills.
Very big lead here for Hills, which is looking really good as we see Paramus on offense here.
And a big shot made there from Paramus.
That was a deep 3.
It hasn't been put up on the scoreboard, I believe, because of a foul.
According to the scoreboard, there's a foul on Chester Macarenas. Oh, excuse me, it looks like
It was a foul on Paramus. That's why
Yeah,
the shot
Bellinger,
didn't count.
yeah.
It was a foul on Mason Bellinger.
yeah, the junior from Paramus High School.
I believe they just readjusted the scoreboard, and they're now the correct score displayed 29-18.
So the shot did count.
I mean, Hills already has four fouls so far in this half, which is not too great. Seeing that Paramus only has 1, as their shot is no good.
Inbounded by Paramus. Going down, passes out. And trying still to pass around here to go for the shot. Cristiani. Passing around there's Agatone. Shot for 3 is good. A big 3 there again for Paramus. Now only an 8-point lead for Wayne Hills.
Yeah, Paramus working their way back up into the game after they put themselves in a hole.
And 2 big 3s there, diminishing the lead just a little bit more.
There'll be another foul on Paramus. Definitely a shooting foul underneath the basket.
Corsati's first trip to the line. As a varsity player, his first free throw shot is good. Corsati's second shot is good as well. 31-21. Wayne Hills up by 10, 4 minutes, 31 seconds left here, and a timeout's going to be called.
Yeah, Wayne Hills has to clean up the sloppy fouls. The shooting fouls are working to kill him, but Paramus isn't capitalizing on their opportunities with the shooting fouls, so Wayne Hills can just keep playing the small ball, take the easy shots, and keep playing defense to win the game.
And also, I think because Brandon Caprioni has 5 fouls in this game, I believe he's fouled out of the game.
That would be correct. If he does have 5 fouls, he would be fouled out of the game.
Very early in the game. That's not too good of a sign for Wayne Hills, as he was a starting player in this game. So we'll see who's gonna take over his spot.
As of right now, it is Luke Crisati. I didn't even realize it. I thought that most recent foul was his 4th foul, but I realized he's off the bench and he's sitting up on the bleachers instead of
The scoreboard showed 5,
down.
So I'm
yeah,
assuming
instead
that
of
was
down
right,
with
yeah.
everyone else. So yeah, 5 fouls and he's fouled out of the game. So now Paramus trying to take charge once again. Charging up, putting up the shot, falls off the rim, put back up though, and it's going to be good. And Philip Park has the pass to Macarenas. Macarenas passing over to Crisati. Crisati back to Park. Park takes a deep 3. It is good. A big shot there from Philip Park, 34-23 Wayne Hills.
Philip Park is having a great game tonight with 17 points.
Yeah, that's about half the total points for Hills.
He matched the amount of points he scored in Tuesday's game.
And still in the 3rd quarter here.
Another big shot from Hills, no good off the rim. However, it is going to go to Paramus, it looks like. I thought it was last touched by Darwich there, but apparently not. Paramus is going to inbound it.
I just want to point out that I did a little calculation here that last season in Park's 24 games, he averaged about 9.2 points a game, and so far he's averaging 17 in the first 2 games here, and that's only going to go up.
Passing around now, trying to get off the clear shot. Agatone gets through the key, puts it up, no good.
Yeah, it looked like a foul before he even drove in. Or maybe there was a timeout as both
Yeah, it
teams
looks
go
like
inside.
it. Yeah, there was a timeout, and also another change as well is there was a bit of a buzzing sound with the headset mics. Now we've changed to just regular handheld mics, but unfortunately now only the broadcast room can hear the sound, and us, the commentators, we can't. So we would usually hear the whistles if we were in the gym, but now being in here, have a couple restrictions. But you know what? We do what we can to get these games to you as best as possible, really.
Yeah, at least we're able to do them. And get them to all of the fans of the Patriots, all these varsity games.
And this is a first-time thing, really, for all of us here. We haven't had to do anything like this ever. And unfortunately, with the restrictions of COVID-19, this is what it's come down to. Passing around from Paramus. Pass up. From Bellinger. Shot up, no good. Rebounded by Wayne Hills, but it looks like there might be a foul call.
Paramus has had the drives all game where they pass around a lot. And then once they pass around a lot, it takes a lot of time off the clock. And then once they take the shot, it's almost like a shot they shouldn't be taking. Like, he wasn't open there, and he looks at the Paramus player airballed, even though it was a foul.
First shot up is good from Agatone. Blow setting for his second shot. And it is no good off the rim. Ali Mansuroglu coming down with the rebound. And Philip Park with it. Passes back to Mansuroglu. Trying to drive in, taking the three-point shot is Macarenas. It is no good, but Wayne Hill's able to rebound. Philip Park with the 3-shot is also no good. Looks like another foul was called.
That might be one of the first threes that he's missed all day. I mean, he's hit all these very nice threes and from deep, which is a really good sign.
That was another foul on the Patriots. They now have 6. Very sloppy game by the Patriots, but obviously the scoreboard doesn't show it as they're up by 10. There's about 2 minutes and 30 seconds left.
And a 3-shot taken from Paramus is no good. And Hills taking it down their side of the court. Post up, it is good.
Did you see that move by Park there?
That was a great move there,
Around
yeah.
the back, and that shot up and good. We didn't hear the whistle there, but it looks like they're lining up. It looks like he was fouled, so that was an and 1.
Yeah, it should have been an N1. Yes, it was.
A great move there from Philip Park.
And that's Bellinger's second foul of the game for Paramus, and as Park's shot is good. And they're up 37-24 with 2 minutes and 16 seconds to go in the third quarter.
Phil Parker is having one of the best games he's ever had for the Patriots.
Definitely getting better and better as the years go on. He did have some really, really good games, but now really just showing his progress. It looks like every game he's having the stats of one of those good games that he had last year. But now that makes 20 points for this game.
Okay, I think just hit that ball out of bounds. He was looking to see if that was out.
And now driving down is Wayne Hills, and a missed shot there from Park, and now Paramus takes it back. Quickly missed the one-on-one there, and Paramus trying to take it back. But ball goes out of bounds, and Wayne Hills inbounds it. So Park cross pass to Adamo, now back to Park. Now Adamo with him on the left side. Gets it into the key there, shot taken, and it is good, but yeah, I believe, yeah, it was blown dead.
Well, that's the 4th foul now on Paramus.
Now the 3rd foul on the Toulouse.
That is 27 fouls so far in this game, and we're not even in the 4th quarter yet.
It's definitely something both of these teams are going to have to clean up at some point.
And this is definitely something that hopefully we'll see Coach Carthage work with the Patriots team on for the next game. I believe their next few games are away, and I don't think they're home until a couple weeks, maybe I think it's February 16th or somewhere around there that the next time they're going to be home is.
And next week is 2 girls games, I believe. Tuesdays against Lakeland, and who's their opponent on Thursday, do you know?
No, I'm not sure, but they are playing both those days. I believe they're both 4:15 starts. We will check on that. We'll have both of those games live for you here on Wayne Hills TV. I believe we're also going to have some of the JV games using the huddle camera. We won't be announcing them, but they will be broadcasted on our YouTube channel.
And a bunch of JV parents last year, like parents of Jared Mintz, asking us if we would eventually get to do some of the JV games. Unfortunately, we didn't last year, but this year, though there may not be any commentary, it is a definite yes. We're going to try and broadcast at least as many games as we possibly can. Though limited, we'll still try and get them out on the live stream. And both foul shots are good for Wayne Hills, now 39-24, a 15-point lead.
It looks like that Thursday game will be played here in Wayne Hills Gifford Gym versus the Paul Cactus.
Paramus still driving with it, loses the ball, gets pushed back a bit, able to retain possession. It's Darwich, long pass, now driving into the key, can't get a shot up, foul is called.
Something that I've noticed, I'm not sure if you guys have noticed this, but Paramus makes a lot of long passes, and that may not always be a good thing, because there have been some that have gone out of bounds. We've seen Hills do a couple of these, but I've definitely noticed that Paramus has done quite some more long passes, and those can be very dangerous.
Wayne Hills now hit 7 fouls on the game, so next time there is any foul when the Paramus player has the ball, they will get a one-on-one opportunity.
39-26 as both foul shots from the Paramus were good. They're going to put the shot up. It is good, and now the final minute of the third quarter ticking down. 41-26 Wayne Hills with the lead.
Yeah, Wayne Hills sticking with the aggressive play, just like Paramus. Playing the press defense and doing the quick passes, and that was a great play by Wayne Hills down there.
Like there was another foul call on Hills.
There might have been an illegal screen on Paramus.
Now Adama with it. That's Andre McManus. Again, both brothers are in.
Seems like Hills wants to be the last team with the ball here to end out the quarter and not give Paramus another chance, so they're just kind of taking their time here before taking their final shot of the quarter.
Now the ball goes out of bounds.
And the ref points it that it will be Hill's ball with 12.3 seconds to go in the third quarter here.
They will do their classic staff and see if he pushes it into the net like they've done previously.
It actually does not seem like they will be doing that.
So they're going to just wait it out and try and hit a three at the end of the quarter. Now Philip Park's going to charge in, get off a shot. It's no good.
And that would be
kept in bounds, but yeah, that will be the end of the third quarter. Hills up 41-26. I mean, a great third quarter performance. Now Hills increasing their lead up to 15 points now.
Yeah, I mean, we just keep talking about him, but Philip Park just making some really nice shots, hitting those threes. He's missed a couple threes, but I'm assuming that he's made more than he's missed. I'm sure you have the stats, Jake.
Yeah, I do. Philip Park, right now he has 20 points on the game. This is his best game as a Patriot. Last week he had 17. Now he's putting up 20. Still got a whole quarter to go. He's missed his last couple shots, but for the most part, his percentage has been almost on fire, as he has the most points on the team by far. With the next closest as it looks like Chester has 5 points, but otherwise Philip Park has been carrying the whole offense the whole entire game, and Wayne Hill sticking with the aggressive approach, playing press defense. But I just think that they just need to stick it out on offense, what they did at the end of the third quarter, and hold the ball and dribble around and just waste time.
I mean, with what we've seen so far, this has been a really good game, and I feel like we're going to have a really good season for the Patriots this year.
I mean, as well, from what I've seen, is this team is definitely a bunch of new and improved versions of the players that we saw last year. And it looks like what it's coming down to is that though this year may be a bit different, these kids were still practicing their butts off and really, really have become a lot better with the start of this season.
I mean, they really haven't had that much time because the NJSIAA said that on January 13th is when they could start tryouts and practice. So I don't think they even started doing a full practice until maybe the 18th after tryouts and everything. As we see the fourth quarter starting here with Wayne Hills up 41-26.
Passing back now from Paramus here. Pass back over again to Darwich. And Phelan is fouled. 13. And he'll take a trip to the line.
Another foul on Wayne Hills. That'll be the 8th foul of the night. And
a substitution now for Paramus as Phelan gets set to take his first free shot. And it's up and good. So with the bonus now, after 8 fouls from Hills, it will be a 1-and-1, so we'll take another free throw, which is no good. And grabbed by Adamo. Passing cross court to Park. And Adamo back with it. Cross over to Park. Now Park takes the run up, takes the shot for himself, and it is good. You just see, was looking for the pass. And Paramus thought he was just still going to keep waiting, but he runs it in, takes it in for himself. Now Paramus, their shot off the backboard, no good. And now Wayne Hills gets the rebound, and they're charging back down the court, and it's Philip Park. Passes out to Mansoroglu for 3. It is good. A big 3 from Ali Mansoroglu. 46-27, Wayne Hills with the lead.
Past 2 minutes, we've seen that Hills has been taking a few less fouls. They're at 8 right now, but it seems like they have gotten a little bit better. Because I remember in like the first minute or 2 of the half, they only had 4, and now they're at 8. But it has been some more time that they've accumulated those fouls.
Yeah, Wayne Hills' passing has been on point all game. That's when getting them the open shots. When Philip Park drives in and he passes it out to some of his players, and then they hit the three. That's why this game is so separated right now.
Park takes a 3, is no good off the front rim, and Paramus gets the rebound. And it looks like they lost the ball. Adamo able to intercept that pass there. Now Hills driving back down again. Shot is up and good.
I believe that may have been Park again. We'll see the final stat sheet after the game, but it seems like Park is definitely leading the team here.
Oh, absolutely. And it looks like because he's going to the line, it was Andre Macarenas with that one, and that increases Wayne Hills' lead to 21 points, 48-27 here. And Andre's free shot is good. Now a 22-point lead here, 49-27. Still playing a tough defense, and now going back now after the turnovers, Andre Macarena's shot taken rapidly, as I believe there was a foul called.
Even with a 22-point lead, Wayne Hills is not slowing down in offense, trying to prove their high efficient offense.
Karsich definitely wouldn't let him do that, and though his shouting is definitely the one thing that people seem to find funny. It definitely does get in their heads. It's very effective. It definitely has worked on these players, and he's able to get in their head and really just tell them how they got to do it. And now Paramus puts in a shot for 2. Now Hills taking for 3 is no good. Paramus with a rebound.
Hills should slow down this game, which is what it looks like they're going to do right here. Instead of driving down the court, just waste time on the clock as you're up by 20.
Yeah, they just keep passing around, trying to avoid a foul.
Now
Just let that clock
still
run down.
passing around the back. Metro really could have taken a clear shot there. Decides to just pass around. Again, passing back to Park. Park waiting around with it. Pass back. Andre Macarenas. And from Adamo back to Park. It passes a bit too long there. Goes over his head and out of bounds, and Paramus will get it at around half court.
That's what those long passes cause. They cause turnovers, and that's what Paramus was doing early in the game, the long passes, and they caused turnovers.
Tarabokajin bounds it. Over in the back for 3, off the rim, no good. Paramus gets the rebound, takes a deep 3, and it's good. A really deep 3 there. That was number 22, Mason Bellinger, taking that shot. Now Hills takes it back, but again, they're playing a bit more slowed down here. And again, pass in. Great block from the Paramus defense right there. Able to block that shot and get themselves the ball back. And Damo charging in. Tried to get off a pass, but again now Hill's just going outside of three-point range, just passing around. But now charging in is Adamo. Shot is no good. I guess it was kept in bounds there. Phillip Park able to keep it in bounds. And passing back now to Andre Macarenas. And it looks like there will be a foul called.
Looks like that's on number 22, Mason Bellinger, for Paramus, his third of the game.
And now it looks like there's going to be a timeout called. I think the timeout was called by Paramus. So now 3 minutes, 11 seconds left in the game, and it's pretty much settled. Wayne Hills has got themselves another win in the bag with a huge lead here. With this little time, it looks like Paramus isn't going to be able to do much. But again, one thing that I have to say is Phillip Park has just been doing incredibly in these first two games. And he's really going to be the star of this team, carrying the offense a lot with points-wise. And defense really needs to clean themselves up. Have drawn 18 fouls in the game so far. And I believe Jake knows how many total fouls were in the game from both teams.
Yeah, between both sides there was 31 fouls, which is it's just not a clean game. They haven't been like physical fouls; they've just been ticky-tacky shooting fouls. But Wayne Hills has capitalized on those fouls that were on Paramus, but Paramus has not made their free throws, which would have helped them stay in this game.
This is a very similar type of lead here that we saw back in 2014 when Hills won 76-54. The last meeting of these two teams.
Inbounded by Park. Staying back there is Adamo. Passes back to Park. And again back to Adamo. Adamo now charging in, gets off a pass, and the pass is blocked by Paramus. However, it will be out on them, and Phillip Park is going inbound once again. 18 fouls on Hills, 13 fouls for Paramus in the game so far. Andre Macarenas with it now. It's it over to Mansuroglu, and another shot blocked from Paramus.
Yeah, that was a very nice block there. Right out of the air. That shot was looking like it was going to go in, but nice block there by Paramus.
Delmo passing over around to, I believe it was Park again, and that one goes in. 51-32 Wayne Hills. Paramus trying to put some more points on the board there. First shot, no good. And Luke Crissati trying to keep it in bounds. Tried chugging it back in bounds, and it goes off the back of a Paramus player. Nonetheless, Hills still keeps the ball anyways. Running in now, long pass there. Just trying to keep it up outside of three-point range and pass around from there. But a foul was called, and now Wayne Hills is going to the line as now Paramus enters the bonus after a foul from Agatone. Shot is no good. Paramus able to keep it in bounds there. Driving in now is Darwich for 3. No good off the rim. Park crossing over to Adamo. Adamo driving up, and now Paramus gets the ball back. And a 3-point shot from Darwich, no good. Trying to switch the momentum here, but I believe it is of no use, really. Just over a minute left here in the game. And down 19 points.
Yeah, Wayne Hills should just milk the clock as the whistle was blown again.
And so one stat that we really haven't seen change too much is the 8 fouls for Hills, and we saw that just now. Paramus took another foul because they did have one foul to give. The minute and 4 to go, but it will be of no use.
Foul shot taken, no good. Hill still keeps the ball.
I don't see the point of Paramus fouling here, but we'll see what they'll do just to try to drag out the game a little bit more.
Yeah, Paramus hasn't stopped fighting this whole game, even down by almost 20 points. Still playing tough defense, running around the court.
It looks like that's all they're really going to do, just pass around, milk the clock, and put win number 2 into the books for this season.
About 21 seconds to go in the game here. Clock is winding down. And it's looking like that will do it, as they're dribbling out the ball.
And the final seconds winding down. The clock is stopped with 2.9 seconds. Looks like there was a timeout call.
It was either timeout or the shot clock.
What is happening? Why is there 6 minutes on the clock here?
I think that might just mean that they're calling the game. Maybe the buzzer just didn't sound off.
Now, yeah, it's looking like
Yeah, it looks like this game is over
coaches
now.
are coming out onto the court, and the clock is winding down from 6
The clock
minutes.
completely reset.
Not sure what's going on here in the TV studio, as we don't have any idea. But the score is reset, and now it's up to 10 minutes. But it's safe to assume that that will be the game. And I believe the final score was, I don't even know. It's not even on the scoreboard anymore.
I think the final score was 51-32, Wayne Hills, with Phillip Park completely taking over the whole entire game, as he had 3 3-pointers, 7 2-pointers, and that one drawn foul for the and one. He just completely took over the whole entire game. He was definitely the star player for the Patriots.
The incredible amount of points and just a great performance from him offensively today. Really, again, like you said, Jake, I agree with you on that one. He's definitely the star of this game. But again, overall, all of Wayne Hills with an incredible performance.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to see that stat sheet to see exactly how many shots he got there. We have our tallies, but it'll be interesting to see and how he's going to do in the rest of the season. I mean, he's obviously going to be the star player. He's probably gotten at least double the amount of points than the second highest player.
Yeah, he has 31 points on the year so far, and it's only the second game. He's been unstoppable for the offense.
Yeah, very, very good game from Wayne Hills. Really only complaint is the fouls, but I feel like Coach Karsich will definitely address that, and before their next game, hopefully the fouls will be decreased. But that'll do it. Wayne Hills defeating Paramus and bringing their record to 2-0. I am Luca Yanuzzi alongside Noah Sandler and Jake Tallarico, and we will see you Tuesday for the girls basketball game against Lakeland.
Saturday.
Oh, Saturday, excuse me. Saturday will be the next game against Lakeland.
11:30 a.m.